So, good morning all of you. Welcome to the very first technical talk of the session. I would like to thank the Nikhil Pandey and entire team for organizing such a nice event. So, I'm presenting here attacking WPA2 for non-dictionary passwords. Quick disclaimer, acknowledgement to all the participants and the organizing team for organizing such a nice event. Okay, so who am I? This is the shameless self-promotion, what we call in the hacking conferences. So I work as a security researcher with persistent system. I'm a certified Linux assembly expert, wireless security expert. I had also spoken at the conferences including Ground Zero, Popon, Unity, and also authored the book and ethical guide to biohacking and security. So this is my book. It just published recently. It's available on the Amazon and got the 5-star ratings within 4 months. So I'm also a big contributor of the for the free and open source communities like Learn community and Indian chapter, organizing events, conversations. Okay, so before starting the session, I would like to ask a small question. How many of you use the Wi-Fi on daily basis? Can I see hands? Right? Almost all of you. So, Wi-Fi is everywhere. It's in your laptop, it's in your mobile, it's in your iPad. When you go to the home, you connect your Wi-Fi router and you use the Wi-Fi. Okay, so Wi-Fi is now everywhere. It's a very common technology. So it's getting into air more and more. BMC is planning to Wi-Fi cover the entire Mumbai with the Wi-Fi. Indian trains, IRCT is also planning to provide the Wi-Fi facility to their trains, major trains. Recently, our government also decided to provide the Wi-Fi in cover entire Delhi city with the Wi-Fi, right? So Wi-Fi is getting increased over days. It's all over. And that's the problem with the Wi-Fi. Okay, in case of wired world, you have to be part of that network. There are different DMZ zones, firewalls which you need to bypass. But in case of wireless, the attacker can sit anywhere. So he can sit at parking slot, he can sit at coffee shop, or he can sit at the premises of any enterprise. You don't need to be part of any network. You can just sit into the vehicle and do the sniffing to access the network. So that's the reason there is a huge increase in Wi-Fi crimes. So these are the two innocent people. The one is the Kina Theul, was a foreign tourist here, and the second one is Akhil Tadreja, who was DJ by profession. So these both persons had nothing to do with the Wi-Fi hacking and all that. So they were just using the Wi-Fi at their home. But the problem was they were using the unsecured Wi-Fi. So after the Mumbai and Ahmedabad bomb blast, the police came to their house and arrested these guys. So the problem was the terrorists had used their unsecured Wi-Fi to send the emails to other terrorists. So the problem was in the forensic investigation, when the IP addresses were traced, these were belonging to that person. So when all the results came out, they have to suffer from all the police investigation. They were in the jail for almost 1 year. So that's the reason, not as a security point of view only, but as a common user, you should know that what are the security points in the Wi-Fi, how you should be secure on the wireless part. So, but the big challenges in the wireless is like we can't see the wire, we can't see the signals, right? Right now, IoT Wi-Fi is here where you cannot see them by eyes. So, attacker can sit miles away and can perform the malicious activity. So we have the alpha wireless card and many long distance wireless card by which you can catch the wireless signals from a long distance. So let's start that how attackers or hackers hack into the one of the most called secure WPA networks. So for your information, we'll start with some basics like what are the security modes in wireless. So there are like 4 modes. The first one is the non-security mode, and After that, there is a web that is wired equivalent privacy. The third one is WPA personal, and the fourth one is a WPA enterprise. So for home users, for SOHO, almost the web and WPA personal is being used. And the big institutes and enterprises, the WPA enterprise is being used. So as all of you know that web can be cracked. Okay, any password you keep for web can be cracked within some seconds. It's not a rocket science today. Even a kid sitting watching the YouTube videos can also crack the web keys. Okay, so that was the replacement of WPA, WPA2, right? So most of the people think that this is one of the secure, encryption to keep their passwords safe. But I will show you in today's session how we can crack these passwords within some seconds. All any WPA, WPA2 passwords. So for those who are new to this session, so what exactly we do? We call this wireless penetration testing the security field. But for the new beginners, I will say that let's say you start the Wi-Fi in your laptop, and when you try to click, it will prompt you for the password, right? And you are not aware of the password, so how hackers crack the password by using tools and techniques, and finally we can get the password. So hackers, what kind of toolset they use? There is an operating system called as Kali, and so we will have a router. Like I have created some demos where I'll be using this setup. So this is the alpha wireless card. This is the long range wireless card which capture the wireless signals from a distance. Okay, to simple agenda, I have not kept the agenda too much technical as many of you are beginner in this field. So we'll simply see what is the typical method of cracking the WPA, WPA2, what are their cons, what are the limitations, and how we can bypass these limitations and different attacks such as brute force, WPS, and the river attack. So how many of you cracked the WPA? May I see hands? Okay, many of you, right? So those who are beginner or don't know, so in WPA cracking there are only 4 steps which we follow. The first is start the wireless sniffing, then capture the WPA handshake. Third one is apply the dictionary and crack the passwords. That's it. So what exactly wireless sniffing? Okay. So wireless sniffing is like, this is the hacker. Okay, hacker is seated in that car. So this is a Wi-Fi which has a particular range in which it will broadcast the wireless signals. So attacker will come in the vicinity with all the wireless card and laptop, and he will do like he will scan all the air for which wireless access points are there, which clients are there. So this term is nothing but the wireless sniffing. So practically if you see, this is the wireless sniffing results. The first one are the access points. Then this is the encryption. These are the SSID. I think it's not much clear, so below part is wireless clients. So in WPA cracking, so we will see briefly how what is a WPA handshake. So I would like to call that first slide. So the first step is start sniffing, capturing WPA handshake. So we saw how to sniff the air. Now we will see how to get a WPA handshake. So WPA handshake is nothing but the 4 messages which are being transferred between the wireless client and the access point. Okay. So the supplicant is nothing but the wireless client, and the authenticator is the wireless router. So the first message is being sent from the access point to the client. So you can see that 4 messages, message 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So these 4 messages are nothing but the WPA 4-way handshake. So we can capture this handshake using the Wireshark. You can see that message 1 of 4, message 2 of 4, message 3 of 4, message 4 of 4. So once we have the dictionary, we can once we have the handshake, we can apply the dictionary and we can crack the password. So I have created one video which will help you to understand that how the WPA passwords are getting cracked. Okay, I think it's not much clear. So this is a wireless sniffing, live wireless sniffing, where the attacker scans for all the wireless networks in the vicinity. So it found that one access point, and you can also start. Okay, so first attacker will scan network by using the wireless sniffing, and as soon as any legitimate client connect to access point, you will get the WPA handshake. Observe that right corner. Okay, you will see that WPA handshake is visible there, right? And it will also show that from which client it got the WPA handshake. So once we got the WPA handshake, we can create the passwords. Okay. So, so there is a list in the many of the operating system that backtrack. It has a darkcode.erestive which has the millions of the passwords. So it will check with that capture WPA handshake and it will create the passwords. So if both matches, it will show that the password is getting cracked. So this is the live process of how the WPA cracking process gets happen. Okay, so it got the password. Can you see that key found competent? Right. So this is nothing but the password for crack for the WPA2. Okay. So it cracked around in 10 minutes and it tried almost 600 keys per second. Okay, how to get that WPA handshake? Okay, so there are two ways. First, monitor the air for new client trying to associate with the access point. So the methodology is whenever the legitimate client will try to connect access point, attacker will automatically get the WPA handshake. Okay. And the second way for those who don't have the patience, so the attacker can break the existing connection by sending the DOS packets, DR packets. And as soon as the connection gets break out, the client will try to reconnect to access point, and that time you will get the WPA handshake. But never underestimate your enemy. So when you are about to set the password in router, it clearly says that for good security, it should be of ample length and should not be a commonly known password. So when you are about to set the password in your router, any router, DE or Cisco, so there is a note as this says that don't keep the easily predictable passwords. Okay. So here is a question that what if the password is not in the dictionary? So even if you tried all the dictionaries, rainbow tables, but at certain moment, if the password is not in the dictionary, you will ultimately get fed. It will say that password not found in the dictionary. Okay, so second thing, one of the most attack in any security or earlier attack was a brute force attack. So we can also do a brute force attack by having the combinations of alphabets, numbers, and so crunch is a tool to make the dictionaries. We can make our own dictionaries by using the crunch tool, and we can pipe its output to the aircraft engine. So it will create all the passwords and will match to the capture the WPA handshake. So most of the time people use their mobile number as their passwords and like that. So we can use the combinations, dictionary like 0 to 9 numbers, to crack the password. Is it visible? Okay, so we can see, I can use these videos later, so you can clearly see what's going on in the video. Okay, just hold up, it will show the password. Okay, so it cracked the password. So what was the mobile number? So we made a dictionary for the check for the password from 0 to 9 numbers, and we predicted that what is the password of the Wi-Fi, right? But So let's take the mathematical calculation. So for 8, let's take the length of the password is 8. For core to DO processor, it will take like 600 keys per second, and the number of computers, let's say 1. So it will take almost 12 years to predict all the passwords. Okay, so this is how difficult it is to use a brute force attack. It is totally done. So can you wait for 12 years to crack any password? Okay, so here comes the new thing, that is the Wi-Fi protected setup. Okay, so WPS is a combining standard that attempts to allow easy establishment of secure wireless home network. So the wireless community introduced a new feature in the wireless, that is WPS, Wi-Fi protected setup. So these are from the elder ones, like we install the softwares, right? Like next and software gets installed. So they are made setup like this. So for the people who are not aware of the wireless or technical, so we can just use install the software and it will automatically set password for you. So this is nothing but the WPS, that is Wi-Fi protected setup. It's created by the Wi-Fi Alliance, and the goal of the protocol is to allow home users who know little of wireless security and may be intimidated by the available security options to set up the Wi-Fi protected access. Okay, so now we will see the video where we will see what exactly the WPS setup is. So you can see this video. Okay. So there is a 8-digit PIN number on your wireless router which you have to enter here. So first you have to click on the wireless which you want to set up. Then it will prompt you for that WPS PIN, that is Wi-Fi protected setup. Okay, so this PIN is hard coded on your wireless router. There is a sticker comes with your wireless router which has that PIN. After entering that, you just need to do some next like setups, and it will automatically set all your router for you. Okay, so it automatically set the router for you and gave you the password. So the new users, like your parents who don't know anything, can use this feature. Okay, and once you do that, just you need to connect to that router and to start it. Okay, so WPS PIN is also mentioned on your router. So if you see that, so there is a WPS current PIN option is there, right? So this is available with all the latest router. Okay, so all of you bought that WPS. So the first thing hacker will do is like fighting the clients, fighting the victims who has that WPS PIN enabled. So there is a tool in the Kali Linux which will help you, to identify the routers which has a WPS enabled. So there is only a small utility which is it's a script actually, which will identify the routers which has that WPS PIN enabled. So it will show you all the routers which has that PIN enabled. You can see that the DB is there and other one is also there. Okay. So once you find that that there are some routers in the vicinity who has WPS PIN enabled, the next thing is cracking that PIN. So okay, so there is a fixed length of that key, that is 8 digits. So you can definitely brute force that key. So River is a tool to crack the WPS PIN. It's written by Craig Hefner. And it performs a brute force attack against the access point, attempting every possible combination in order to guess the 8-digit PIN number. So the same PIN, since the PIN numbers are all numeric, there are almost 10 raised to 8 possible values for any given PIN number. Okay, so these will be the combinations it will attempt to crack that PIN number. Okay, I will show one more demo for that.